We're back. Obsession year, day 2. Today, I did not film that much during the day. I was with my friend Ben all day, just like scheming on stuff and just still not used to filming. This morning, we ran 6 miles, nice and easy. He went and ripped a full half marathon, which was awesome for him because he, for the first time, got to fall in love with the dark place. We filmed a little bit right after because I love documenting the thoughts you have after a really hard run because those like little tricks you play mentally with yourself can be helpful to remember and use later on. I'll try to insert some like footage now, maybe about what he said, how he felt in the dark place.
Something inside just wouldn't let me stop, so I kind of just kept running, and I feel like that was the deepest like flow state I've ever hit ever since I started running like 2 years ago. And it was like nothing could get in front of me. Like time became irrelevant to me. Like there were people, objects, and cars and noises around me, yet nothing was actually near me. I don't know, I think I read about obviously your writing and about like the dark place, and I think a lot of people talk about it, but after doing what I just did, I think there's a large majority of people who think they've been there before who haven't.
How'd you get through it though today? Like what'd you tell yourself when you got really tired towards the end?
Just reminding myself of like how good it felt. Like you achieve a level of flow that most people can't relate to, and
Never
I think
feel.
In times it's hard for you to articulate what it really means or what it really is until you go experience it for yourself. It's like one of those things you read about, you hear about, you understand intuitively, but it's not really something you can teach someone on how to get there. So I think when I got there, I didn't want to go out of there because it was something I'd never felt before, and I think I got there around like mile 8. And at that point I was just clipping and I wasn't thinking, I was just running. And it was kind of just this thing that felt everlasting, and I ended up getting to a half marathon. I haven't run more than like 7 miles in over, I don't know, 2 years. The craziest part about it for me was realizing that I feel like I think I've been there before, but after doing it, I don't think I ever had.
And so after that, we hung out at the office. We talked all about some different business stuff we want to do. And then I just edited the first Obsession year video, which took me like 6 hours because I've never made a YouTube video before. That was a lot of fun. It took me probably too long, but it was such a good feeling to get that out there. I think I've been secretly obsessed with building on YouTube for years. Like, to explain to you what obsession really feels like. Last 2 days, I basically have just been like hunched over, had to pee the whole time sitting in the office, and it's like a minute walk or 30 seconds to leave our office and go around the corner. It's on our floor, but like around the corner to go to the bathroom. And so I just like had to pee the whole time. I've been super dehydrated because I'm too lazy to refill this water. And like, just like hunched over, like when you have to, there's that quote, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. But the obsession version of that is when you want to succeed, as bad as you're holding your pee, then you'll be successful. It's like there's definitely a correlation there between how much time you spend at your desk, like dying, having to go to the bathroom, and how obsessed you are with what you do.
There's 3 tests I really like. The pee test. So what are you doing at your like laptop or in general where you like are so focused where you forget to pee? Then you have the midnight test. Like what do you stay up past midnight and just like keep going and you don't even think about the clock, and then it's 3 a.m. and you're like, fuck. And then there's the food test, which is similar wavelength, which is when do you forget to eat? You know, when do you just keep working and you don't even think, you're like, holy shit, I did not eat all day.
And so yeah, getting that out was a really cool feeling. It's intense feelings because you get so much dopamine committing to something like that, you know, like saying I'm going to do videos every day for a year. And so obviously I'm aware of that. And now I have to actually go do it, which is the hard part. And there's a lot of reasons not to do it because, you know, I really do want to be a writer at the end of the day. But there's a lot of reasons to do it. I've kind of been obsessed with YouTube, like I said, since I was a kid. My first like thing I ever did with content was like a gaming YouTube channel where I made like commentaries, and I like did that for a while. And I've always been fascinated by these creators who build these true, loyal, massive audiences, and all of them, I think that audience lives and breathes on YouTube. And for what I want to do with the world of obsession, I don't think writing is enough. I think I desperately really want to show the whole world. I want it to be something that you can live in and enter and you know, I'm doing that with, I'm trying to do that with like, you know, the playlist I have. I'll link it below. We have a playlist for the dark place when you're, you know, pushing yourself on a hard run or a hard workout. We have a Pinterest, we have wallpapers, all these different things you can do to just surround yourself with obsession. But this YouTube is, you know, really showing you me and showing you what I'm trying to do, which is just be an example of obsession and living with obsession. I talk a lot about the path of obsession, which is like this arc and these steps that all of these icons like Arnold, Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, they've all kind of gone on this arc. Back to how I'm feeling about these videos. I think I've wanted to grow on YouTube for years, but honestly never felt ready. I never felt like I could pick up a camera and talk to it until probably a few months ago. And, you know, like earlier this year when I was kind of in, you know, the dark place mentally, I was telling my friends who, you know, Hunter and Dylan, who I have the office with, how they've never really seen me obsessed. Like I talk about obsession and I am obsessed in different things. But at that time, like I wasn't running a lot. I wasn't in great shape. I was dealing with a bunch of bullshit and just wasn't living to the extreme like I know I can. And so these videos are going to help me do that in a lot of ways, because it's going to take a lot of me to make these good and to put real energy and real truth behind every single one. I love committing to something that no one else is willing to do. Like I don't know anyone else who's going to do a long form video every day. Long form I'm defining as like over 10 minutes, which I hope all these are, or at least like close to 10 minutes. Ideally like 15 to 20 minutes, but actually good 15 to 20 minutes, which I think that will take me some time to get to the point where I can speak for that long, that poetically, and be that interesting. But I'm gonna fix this camera. Oh, I broke it. Hold on.